Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, that's the Fattie F-14 down there. It is a ridiculous looking plane, and that's why I bought it, because anything that looks ridiculous and can't fly, it's a challenge to me to see if I can fly it. Check this out. This thing does not look aerodynamic in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that's keeping it in the air are these tiny little wings from here to here. And this little prop at the back that is pushing. Makes it look like a jet, but it's really not. Here, I'll see if I can lift it up. I'll show you. If you look through, you can see there's a hole right through there. You probably could put an EDF, you know, like a big fan motor in there. Some people have, and I believe there's a kit for it, but I haven't done it. Cool thing is the landing gear are retracts. So hopefully this camera has me. I'll hit the retracts and you'll see them go into action. So let me just hang on to it some way that I get my fingers out of the way and hit the retract button, and there we go. Gear goes up, and in the front you'll see this is on a delayed timer. See right here, the little nose gear, it's going to go up eventually. There we go. So it makes it look authentic when you're flying. There you are. Now I have made a modification to the F-14 because when you buy it, there's a little pulsar stability thing inside. I couldn't get it to connect to my Spectrum receiver that I was using, so I just got fed up and pulled it out and put in a Spectrum receiver that has AS3X and safe. So here, if I pull off this top, you'll see what I mean back here. Over here, I have a little AR630 Spectrum receiver down there. So I've torn out the pulsar and put the Spectrum in. Right now I have a 3S 2200 LiPo battery in it, but that is not what you fly with. You fly with a 4S battery. You can go up to like a 4000. And also to balance this, I've had to put some nose weights down there. You can see little pieces of metal at the bottom down there. So enough of me talking. Let me show you my maiden flight. The maiden flight wasn't bad, except I had a problem. I couldn't turn very well to the right. Very little right authority, but I could turn well to the left. You can see there's no rudder on here, so these are just fins that point straight, and the way you turn is right here with your ailerons. So the ailerons were working. It was kind of windy, so when I was turning and there's torque from the prop, I really don't know what the problem was, so I had to emergency land it, as you're going to see in this little section of video. So watch this.
Motor off.
That curve is your enemy. I'm getting straight down towards the school could work.
Yeah. All right, so if you look at my t-shirt, it says, well, you can read what it says. Build, what does it say? Build, crash, repeat. Hopefully that's not the case here, but that seems to be the case a lot of time in the RC plane hobby. This is the Fattie F-14, and well, let's go fly it and see what happens. It's not really designed to fly unless it's got speed, so this is the fun part. Here we go. Ready? Oh, I got her up. Bring it back, Joe, and we're gonna go over the field, so I'm gonna walk to the field. Try to follow it here as I go to the field, and I'm gonna do a little turn. Oh, doesn't like the turn, doesn't like the turn to the right. So I'll bring it back. Okay, coming over us for a quick pass. Oh, I should put up the landing gear.
Gear up.
Okay, I can only turn left. Oh, this is craziness. See, I'm going right. I'm getting very slow right, so it'll be long turns. Darn, all right. So I'm gonna bring it over low pass, give it some speed here, into the wind, a little bit of wind. All right, I think I'm gonna have to, because of the turning ability, I'm gonna have to belly land it. So we're doing a belly land. Belly land, emergency land, no gear.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Ocho. Into the net, it's almost into the net. Was that a little close, Joe?
Just a tad.
Holy crap. This is what happens when experimental planes get flown for the first time. It turned to the left really nice, but every time I went right, it was too wide and I would have lost it over the woods, so I had to keep going left turn. So I think what I have to do next is let somebody who is a test pilot fly this and check out what's going on. So I'm gonna let Steve take this for a flight, and I'll chase it with an FPV drone, DJI FPV, and we'll get some footage, and he will tell me what's good and what's not good working correctly on here. All right, we're all set to go. We have Jedi Steve here. He is going to take this for a flight, and we have a bit of a problem because over there we have people working on our field that would normally be our landing runway away over there. So Steve has a choice. He either lands it here on the pavement, or he's looking at possibly landing it.
Going for coffee.
Going for coffee, just letting it fly. He's probably going to land it back there in the grass,
yes.
Although he's probably going to have to do a belly landing like I did in the first video.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's 100% not.
That's our backup plan.
Yeah, it's 100% not intended for belly landings, but I've got tape on the bottom and it can be done. But these little doors down here, they have to be really close tight, and if they're sticking out a little bit, they take the brunt of it, so they may go flying off. But we'll see what happens. Here Steve goes on his maiden flight, I guess. You want to call this a maiden for his Fattie flight. I think you lost your landing gear, so you might want to put it up. Already we have an issue.
Better on the landing than on the takeoff.
So we're missing a landing gear, I understand.
Yes, that's the rumor.
Okay, I'm coming down right now.
Oh, I said just.
Oh, Joe's holding the landing gear right here. There you go, Joe. All right, next thing to show you is what comes in the box if you buy this. Here you go. This is the box your Fattie F-14 Tomcat comes in. Inside the box you'll find your Fattie F-14 and all the accessories, such as cartoon-style missiles, as well as a 40 amp ESC that you'll have to install yourself. Cabling, wires, screws, and mounts are all included. A pair of wings are included, a pair of stabilizers are included, and a pair of elevators are included. You get one 8-inch pusher prop, as well as the brushless motor and landing gear. A poorly written instruction book is also included. After you assemble your Fattie F-14 and connect it to your radio, well then it doesn't look half bad. It actually looks kind of goofy, but at the same time it looks kind of cool. And yes, the ailerons and elevators are fully functional, but there are no rudders. In my flights, I did find the brushless motor gets quite hot after even one flight. So that was the flight, and you saw Steve, he landed it on the grass. I was trying to chase him with my FPV, DJI FPV drone, and I don't know, your takeoff was not in safe. So Steve, when he took
No,
off,
I was
he had
completely manual.
everything off, totally manual.
Yep, totally manual.
And the
which
cat-
is what I like to do, but maybe in this case I should have.
Yeah, because
should have left the yes.
this was the result of a manual takeoff. So this landing gear, the guys have already looked at it.
Very weak metal, which is
Yeah.
something they shouldn't be doing. It's easy to put a high quality piece of wire, and so that'll be an easy fix.
Yeah, it's an easy fix, but honestly,
should have been
it's not
done.
a quality landing gear. This
No.
thing does not have great landing
Yeah.
gear. I'm sure there's other videos on YouTube of people who have destroyed their landing gear because of, not
Yeah.
being the greatest.
It's certainly not a glider. It flies all right, but it needs power on at all times. The gliding slope was easy to modulate, so that was good. So she came in nicely on the what you call it?
belly?
The belly, not the belly, but I'm talking the jet engines there, buddy.
Hey, the
Landed
doors
that.
didn't fall off.
Yeah, the doors didn't
The
fall off
landing
this
gear
time
doors.
because
Autographs there.
we didn't bring them down. But anyway, yeah. So not the easiest plane to fly, but it does fly. And I wish the takeoff would have been better, but it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. So with all that said, this is not a plane for a beginner. However, Steve, am I a beginner? Kind of. Anyway,
You're a
intermediate now.
seasoned beginner.
Seasoned beginner. So I flew it, and it seemed to land okay without destruction. But for a seasoned pilot, it's perfect. For a beginner who's never flown a plane, stay away from this one. But if you've got some experience and you want a really cool looking,
And it's a
fatty
cool looking
plane,
bird, for sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool. So for now, this is going to go on my shelf because it's one of a kind, and maybe I'll bring it out again in the future. But for now, I say thanks for watching. Links to this product are below. Steve, make your finger point down as if it's below. Oh, there you below.
I
There,
give it a
yeah.
thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah, with reservations.
And well, that's about it. We'll catch you in another video coming up in the future. Till then, I say bye.